It's so cold. Your breath is literally being taken away. You know, I just like I concentrate, breathe, breathe, breathe.
Hi guys, Jessica here. Today we're taking a look at a photo shoot from America's Next Top Model where one of the girls gets hypothermia from being placed too long in freezing cold water. What's crazy is I actually remember bits and pieces of this episode because I used to watch the show when I was younger. Now I'm a professional photographer, I work with professional models, so we're going to be taking a look at it and see what's going on.
So today I had to bring somebody to help bring that competition to that final level. Yeah. All right, come on out. Oh, whatever.
No, that was luscious.
It's huge to have Tyra be here today. I mean, she's helping us with our careers.
But is she? Melrose girl, I'm just saying, I don't know about that.
Today to guide you all on set in your photo shoot. And this is important to me because I want to see how you work with a photographer. And I also want to see what I can get out of you by coaching you. So today, we're going to be floating on water.
Okay, so it's good. If she wants to be there to help coach them, that's great. I feel like that is helpful for a model. But it's down to the last four girls. So wouldn't it have this been a better idea like 10 episodes ago? You know what I mean? I don't know. What do you guys okay.
Floating on your back. So hopefully you know how to swim.
I mean, have you swam across the ocean? You got to now on this show.
You're not going to be working by yourselves today. You're going to be pairing up. Carrie D and Amanda posing together today. And Eugenia and Melrose.
I knew it. I knew I was going to be with Melrose. I don't know if I'm happy or not. I don't know how good she is with trying to communicate with me because Melrose is kind of selfish and she only looks out for herself.
So how are they going to do all that? How are they going to model with each other in the water on their backs with somebody? Like, are they going to have to do like an awkward hug kind of thing? Interesting.
I know, but I don't want any glue on my braid.
So for face suits on, I want coverage on the base. Waterproof mascara, of course, because water and chlorine is going to get all in their eyes. Sorry.
Okay.
So the secret to floating is an arched back.
Tyra's here bestowing her wisdom upon the girls. Did you guys know the secret to how to swim? Okay, so let me start this off. Fun fact, I was on the swim team in my school. I did backstroke actually.
Oh, how does it feel to be in the water in evening gowns? I want you guys to do different types of configurations. Head into shoulder, shoulder into like that. Try shooting Sports Illustrated in the snow, laying in the snow.
As usual, Tyra ignores or avoids the question at hand and then just tells us a story about how she was a model and what she did, and then she's talking about how she was in the snow laying in the snow for Sports Illustrated, as if that makes it as if it makes the water warmer. Okay, but it's still freezing cold. So both girls have been saying that the water is cold so far, and Tyra doesn't seem to care.
I didn't do it. Her moms did.
So you just told that whole story only to be like, well, I didn't actually do it, but I saw it from a distance.
And we get into the pool, and the pool is freezing cold, like ice water.
I love her job.
I hate cold water.
You want them here? Okay. And I want them cabeza a cabeza, or side to side, or even holding each other's hand.
Why can't the water be warm? You could have easily just bumped it up to like 60 degrees at least. Why does it have to be freezing cold? Jacuzzi? They could have put him in a jacuzzi. That would have been nice.
3, 1, 2, 3. Out. Nice. Oops, you lost it when he let you go, Eugenia. You lost it when he let you go. Pick up again. And it's okay to tell the photographer, I need to come back up again. I need a break. That's okay.
What about a break from the low temperature of the water? Is that possible? Can we maybe bump it up a couple degrees? 80 at least? I like my water hot, super hot. I want it to feel like Satan is pouring a bucket of water onto me.
That's interesting. Don't these two girls hate each other?
Yeah, is that why you put them up as partners? I see you there. I see what you did. They're trying to instigate. They're like, oh, they're not fighting yet? Because now they're seeing them work together and they're like, behind the scenes, they're like, man, they like each other. They're not fighting.
It doesn't hurt to play with your hair sometimes, pull it upward or pull it like so that it's because it's sinking sometimes. As a model, sometimes you have to correct it while you're going. You guys watch your hands, keep them really soft.
Cuidado también las manos, ¿vale? Con eso.
Nice.
They're literally shaking. Are you guys seeing this? They're shaking, like they're like this. That's just mean. That's just being mean. At least accommodate, make it at least room temperature water.
And it looks best when you guys look like you love each other, you're like sisters.
Yeah, that's good.
I like that the black and the blonde hair is mixing.
They're all friends.
Hop back up, Eugenia. Remember what's on the photographer all the time?
We had to float and act like little angels in the water. I couldn't move. I couldn't float. It was cold. I was shivering. And hopefully I didn't look like I was a dead fish up in that cold water.
I'm cold just watching this. By the way, I'm wearing a sweater and I don't know. This takes a lot. This takes a lot.
Come back up and float.
Today was a typical Eugenia shoot. Flat, boring, and it looked like she was drowning in the water.
Okay, you guys are
Okay, but she's in the final four. If she's so boring, why is she still there? So you guys can sit there and roast her? I think she's a gorgeous model. I think she's doing a great job. Stop hating. How are you going to tell somebody who's in the final four that, as usual, she's boring, she's flat? Okay, you jump into the water and you start doing some somersaults. Show us what you can do.
My jaws were chattering. I just couldn't control myself.
Is that the hardest shoot so far? Hardest one so far?
I was freezing and shivering, but trying not to complain about it because we're competing here. I need a hot shot.
If this were an actual photo shoot, like if I was a photographer, I would never put my models in freezing cold water or freezing cold temperatures. Like if they're visibly shaking and they're telling me, oh, it's really, really, really cold, I take that as a cue, like, okay, maybe put some more clothes on her. Maybe we move inside. I would just accommodate. I don't like putting people in that situation. I don't think that just because they're models, they should be, like, for some reason they're able to handle the cold. Like, that's okay. They should just do whatever. No, they're still human beings.
Wait a minute.
I'm off on cold water. I know I'm gonna be a baby.
He's ready to cry a couple times. He was.
You're crying?
Almost. I never want to do that ever again.
In the real world, you can't do this. You can't just expect a model to go and lay in the snow, in like a bikini, or go in freezing cold water for a picture, because you would be liable if something happens to the model. They get sick, anything happens. You just have to be responsible. You have to be considerate. And you have to respect the models and their boundaries and what they're comfortable with. Some models actually don't care. Some models are like, I'll go stand in the snow. Let's do it. Other models, they don't want to do that. So you just have to find the person that wants to work with your concept and is okay with it.
Amanda! Bueno! I don't know what kind of bueno are you talking about, but this is no bueno.
Being in the water was absolutely cold. I mean, it's always a shock when you get into water, but this was unbelievably cold. But I had to do what I had to do.
And remember, coldest there, but not here. Okay, not here, no face.
Yeah, I'm sure their temperature went up 10 degrees after hearing that. Yep. He's out here inspiring all of us. He's like, yeah, the water is negative 10 degrees, but your face, we need it to be at least 85 degrees, okay? Think Florida weather. Think jacuzzi. Yeah, have you been in one? Yeah, this is actually nothing like it, but you should be good.
Sí, que las muevas para allá, dale, por favor.
You guys are good floaters. Just like pistols. Soft arms, nice base. The arm is true like this, Amanda. Like this. Soft. Yes. Okay, Amanda, you're looking really stiff. You just have to not think about drowning.
I don't think that's what they're worried about. What do you mean not think about drowning? Not think about being as cold as they are. Notice how they're just not addressing it at all. They just don't see, again, they just don't care. They literally just don't care.
That's actually pretty if you can keep
Both
that.
there. Amanda, your right hand. What's the head? What's the head? Okay, Amanda, look me.
Okay, now? Okay.
What do you think they've been saying this entire time? They pull them to the side. They're so shocked. What? The water's cold? This is new information that we're hearing for the first time.
When you feel something strange, say it. Okay, girls, let's do it.
Terry D, you're from Fargo. Come on. I forgot. This is real modeling, guys. Being cold as heck.
No, that's not real modeling. That would never happen. If a model is freezing to that degree, where they're about to they're pausing the photo shoot every so often because they're so cold, that's an issue. You pull the model and you figure out some other way. You don't force them to keep going. Models, if you're a model watching this, you can say no. You can say, I'm not comfortable doing this. I'm freezing cold. I'm not gonna put myself at risk for a photo. It's not worth it to me. Tyra, aren't you the one who was referencing a photo shoot in the snow and you didn't even do it? Tyra, I'd love to see you join the girls and coach them from the water. Just the whole time, just be in that same pool. Would that be okay? Is that okay? I feel like you should really get involved in this photo shoot.
There's a point where my body just literally takes over. Like, I feel like my skin and everything is just like pins and needles.
Touch your hair. Put it underneath in the hair. Oh, this is pretty, girls. Okay, go. Get the shot.
But when the camera got on me, I tried to just shake those shivers away and not let it show on my face. But it was obviously cold.
Out.
I haven't put this.
Nice.
Yeah. It was so cold. Your breath is literally being taken away. I just I concentrate, breathe.
Oh, this is terrible. Oh, that's not good. Notice how the model had to ask for a break. They that they would have kept going. Tyra was just screaming the whole time. How is that good coaching? They're not even able to focus on anything, again, because they're so cold. Tyra's above them in the warm sun yelling directions. I doubt the models are like, oh yeah, I'm about to get frostbite, but what is that last thing you said? Tuck my hand behind my hair like that. Is that good, Tyra? Yeah, so when my fingers fall off, maybe you can just Photoshop. Can you Photoshop them back in?
Katie actually had to stop because she was so cold that she was kind of convulsing.
As a model, you need to tell people when you're past your limit.
Wow, you're really going to blame her. You're going to blame the model?
As a model, you need to tell people when you're past your limit. It wasn't just that she was cold. It wasn't just that her teeth were chattering. She had reached the moment of hypothermia. They look good.
You have to listen to your body. You have to tell us, okay? Because all we know.
What? What do you mean you have to tell us? Do you guys believe this? She vocalized many times that she was cold. You just didn't address it. You ignored it. And now suddenly you're there to comfort her and act like, but we really would have changed it if you would have just told us. But you didn't do anything from the beginning. So just be honest with yourself. Don't try to act like now you're this changed person.
Go. But you have to tell us no.
Really? Really? Okay, girl. Okay, so you want the models to tell you no so that you can roast them. We all know what happens when the models say no on the show. They give them a hard time.
Cold like the rest of us, but she's dramatic to the point where it needs attention right now.
Do you want Amanda to do some singles? Because she feels better?
But it's just going to be Amanda only.
Yeah, I'll go more. All right, let's get 50 more. Okay.
So in all fairness to Amanda, there were about 50 frames left in the photo shoot. So Amanda did the last 50 frames alone.
Come back this way. That's pretty on the side.
Everyone's body is different. You can't say, oh, this model was okay with it. But you had a problem with it. It's not comparable. Everyone is different. People have different tolerances for pain.
Nice. Hold on, just like that. Hold that. Okay, got it. I'm gonna bump you on.
I'm always nervous about paths, but Tyra said, no, you're not coming back in the water. I hope it doesn't affect your judgment.
Look at this scene. It took this for Tyra to be like, maybe she shouldn't be in this temperature of water. Yeah. You let it get to this point where the girl has people from a medical team putting towels on her in the sun. Why wait for it to get that bad?
I couldn't help how my body reacted, but when it came to the pictures, I did my best not to let it show.
Let's see what the judges think about the hypothermia situation in the final pictures.
Floating on your backs. And I coached you through it. You ready to see your best shot?
Wow.
Some parts of the photo are very overexposed and blue. There's a blue tint to it. Why does Melrose have blue hair in this? And then parts of their body, their legs are all over the place. I wish this was just a portrait. Look how nice that portrait would have been, right here. Just cropped in would have been stronger in my opinion. We're probably seeing the blue from the reflections of the pool, Mr. Photographer, I saw that phase 1. Right? Was that a phase 1? Maybe not. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think that was.
Very calm. I knew you were cold, but when you were shooting, I didn't feel that you were cold. And in going through the film, there were so many faces, tons of faces to choose from.
So does that mean that Tyra chooses the final photo? Because she just said that she goes through the film. Do we know who the culprit is for the choices of pictures? One step closer.
Now, Eugene, on the other hand, a lot of the film, your face was kind of like, and you still have a problem with connecting. You're getting a lot better. But we were struggling with the floating. Actually,
I honestly think her face was better than Melrose's face, in my opinion.
all right, you all had a photo shoot, so let's see your best shot.
Oh, Carrie D killed it. She did so good. That's the best shot, for sure. She also did a great job. I think they both did fantastic. Again, it's just like this weird color toning. They kind of, I get it. They want it to be a little bit on the colder side, but it just, like, why is the leg overexposed, you know? Like, just crop it. Just, it would have been so much better cropped in. And we see, like, a random leg here. They just kept it in there, like, oh, I add some ambiance, you know, her leg, her foot.
I was impressed with Carrie D because Carrie D, she kind of didn't stop floating. Even though I knew you were having a really hard time and shivering, I never saw one frame where you looked cold. Not.
Interesting. You didn't see any? Okay. Love how Tyra here. I saw you near death, but you know, you look great in the pictures. You remember when you were shivering for like 2 hours straight? Yeah. Remember you got almost frostbite, you lost your fingers? Didn't even show, girl. You did good.
How was it for you?
It was really cold. Really cold for me. At one point, my whole body just kind of freaked out. But when it came to time taking the pictures, I wasn't cold. Like I tried my hardest not to let it show.
That was very impressive. But at the same time, as a model, you have to know your limits. And you have to know that if you're getting sick and your body is feeling a certain way, that you have to step away from the situation.
You'd never know it.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure to pull this clip up when in future episodes you tell the girls like, oh, you should have done this, and as a model we expect you to do this, and you know, it's just a normal photo shoot. So, okay, I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that clip. I'm backing it up to like 5 of my hard drives. Okay, so it's between Carrie D and Amanda. Let's see who goes home.
The girl with all the bubbling personality. Sometimes it bubbles over so much that it spills and it floods. But some of the judges say, this is the fashion industry. It's gonna be cold. Swimsuits are shot in the winter when it's freezing. And big heavy coats are shot in the summer when it's burning up.
I'm sure some campaigns have done that, but things have changed now. And you can't just, again, you can't just put models in those situations.
Congratulations, Carrie.
Okay, so Amanda goes home. If this were you and you were being asked to model in the freezing cold, would you do it? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And let me know what episode of America's Next Top Model you want me to react to next. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.